I don't know why Chloe Bibby didn't play. I know fans is mad about that as well. Let me see here, because I know she was trending last night. Chloe Bibby was. I am real life sick of this, bro. I mean, another loss. Sophie Cunningham slides right. Kelsey was supposed to pass her that ball. She was supposed to pass her that ball. Right about, hold on. You guys would essentially force them to go down there and shoot the ball, make a shot.
The Indiana Fever just blew another late-game lead, and fans are furious. Back-to-back collapses against the Wings and Mystics, and the so-called clutch plan turned into chaos. But here's the kicker. Sophie Cunningham was standing wide open, begging for the ball, and somehow, she never touched it. Instead, they gave the final look to a player who has failed in these moments over and over. How does this even happen? Stick around, because we're breaking down exactly why this isn't just one bad play, it's a full-on leadership crisis. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great, thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. Imagine sitting on a 6-point lead with just a few minutes left.
Nope. Right there. Give Sophie the ball. 3-point shot right now. Give her the ball now. Shout out to Sophie, man. Shout out to Sophie. Willow Reporter asks why Baby didn't play. And like Baby didn't play was a whole nother thing. I don't know why. I think she scored like 8 points last game due to this whole situation. Shout out to the homeboy Mike. He said next matchup with the Connecticut Sun. We need the ball. Kelsey can get the ball back and do what Kelsey does.
Thinking the game is in your control and then watching the other team chip away possession by possession. That's exactly what Indiana has been doing lately. They come out strong, set the tone early, but by the time the final 5 minutes arrive, everything looks different. Against the Mystics, an 18-7 run wiped them out, and it wasn't energy or effort that was missing, it was direction. The plays looked messy, players looked confused, and the advantage disappeared in less time than it takes to call a timeout. The biggest criticism people are talking about isn't that shots didn't fall. Shots will always miss sometimes. The issue fans keep pointing to is the lack of structure. Head coach Stephanie White has been slammed online for what many are calling coaching malpractice. That sounds harsh, but if you watched it play out, you know why the word is being tossed around. Possessions late in the game didn't look intentional. It was like the players were making things up on the spot. One person dribbles, 2 others stand still, and then a bad shot gets hoisted as the clock winds down. Instead of organized basketball, it felt like street ball without any rhythm. The worst part isn't just the execution, it's the decisions about who gets the ball when it matters most.
Now, still would have been 17 seconds left on the clock. Now you guys don't have to foul. You forced them. If she come back this week, I don't think she do. That's just my prediction. I don't think she come back. But a lot of fans is voicing their frustrations about Caitlin Clark being out. Perimeter defenders who will pressure the ball tightly being where we're lacking at point guard.
Sophie Cunningham, who has made her name hitting open looks, was left standing unguarded in the corner at a critical moment. She had her hands ready, she had the spacing, and nobody even looked at her. The option that night went right back to Kelsey Mitchell, who has often struggled late in games. Imagine being in school, and there's a final test that determines your grade. One student always fails the practice quizzes, but for some reason, the teacher insists on giving them the test while ignoring the kid who's been acing assignments all semester. That's exactly what this felt like with Cunningham being ignored. Numbers don't lie either. Mitchell, who can score in bunches when the game flows, has one of the lower shooting percentages in crunch time situations this season. She settles for tough looks instead of creating easier ones. And defenses know how to lock in on her late in the fourth.
We go into overtime. Then, you know what? Once we go into overtime, Kelsey could get the ball back. And, yeah, man. I don't know, guys. We really haven't got an update on Caitlin Clark yet, but that wasn't the case, bro. That was not the case. And I'm sick of this, bro. Fed to Aaliyah with the floor space. She can usually score versus Tina Charles easily. My big concern is that Connecticut has two elite.
Cunningham, on the other hand, has been efficient as a spot-up shooter. She stretches the defense, hits shots from the wings, and actually spaces the floor so a star like Caitlin Clark can find room to attack. Leaving her open isn't just a missed chance. It's ignoring one of the most reliable tools the Fever have to close out wins. This isn't to pin everything on Mitchell either. Players respond to the instructions given to them. If the play call is designed to put the ball in her hands every time, she's going to try to make something happen. That's exactly where coaching comes into question. Why draw up isolations on the perimeter when you have someone like Cunningham available, or even a pick-and-roll option that gives Clark the ball with multiple reads? Instead of options, the team ends up with clogged spacing and predictable attacks. You could literally see Clark's frustration spill out after the final play in that Mystics game. She didn't say a word, but her body language told the whole story. The hands on her hips, the shake of her head, the walk back to the bench without eye contact. Those small signals showed more than just disappointment over one possession. When your best player looks disconnected from the plan, that means the whole structure is breaking down. Leaders on the floor can't trust what's being called from the sideline. All of this comes back to accountability. Who takes the blame when this keeps happening? If the coach sticks to the same plan and shrugs it off, fans and even the players start to question the direction. You can lose games, but if you're losing the same way every time, that's no longer random bad luck. That's a pattern. And for Indiana, that pattern has been clear. Strong first halves, painful fourth quarters, and a coaching staff that doesn't adjust when opponents punch back. That kind of trend doesn't just hurt standings, it kills confidence. So now the attention shifts. People know the coaching decisions have been questionable, but at the same time, you can't completely excuse the players who keep taking the shots in these moments. If the plan is shaky, but the player with the ball isn't delivering either, then where does the responsibility go next? The Fever don't actually have a talent issue. They have Clark, Mitchell, Boston, Cunningham, plenty of talent. What they don't have is clarity late in games. When the moment gets tight, nobody looks in control, and that's what really costs them. So here's the question. Do you think Sophie Cunningham should be the closer instead of Kelsey Mitchell? Or do you still trust Stephanie White's game plan? Because if this confusion keeps stacking up, the bigger risk isn't just losses, it's losing the trust of Caitlin Clark, and that's the one thing this franchise simply cannot afford.